I'm here this morning with the new Mayo Man of the Year, Tommy Griffith. And on behalf of Ball Community Council and the whole community, we want to congratulate you and think it's a great honour for Ball, Brown Hall and for the Griffith family. You might tell us a little bit, Tommy, about yourself and how you heard about the news.
John, thanks very much for coming up to visit us. I heard the news on Tuesday night. They rang me. I was at a meeting at the time with the school, and there was 4 missed calls. So my first thought was that there was a machine broke down fairly serious somewhere. So when I rang back the number, the guy at the end of the line told me that it has been announced as Mayo Person of the Year. Initially, I took this total shock. Came home, told my wife Sue Ellen, and we were delighted. The following morning I notified my father and our staff, but then after that I started to say, hold on, did I actually take up the guy correct? Because at that stage I didn't even have his name. I got such a shock. So I rang him back at about 1 o'clock, and he answered when I said it was Tommy Griffith, and he said, oh, the Mayo Person of the Year. So I knew at that stage that yes, I was being announced as Mayo Person of the Year 2016. It's a huge honour. It's a huge honour bestowed on myself, our family, the community. It's humbling, especially when you look at the former prestigious people that are recipients of the award, and something I'll be able to bring with me for the rest of my life.
Well done, Tommy. And tell us a little bit about why you were awarded the award and your business and what you do in your business.
The Mayo Person of the Year award acknowledges people within Mayo that have made a significant contribution to life, to the community, and to what goes on. So the business that I have is called PEL Waste Reduction Equipment, and that company I started back in 2005, and that originated from an idea which has made a significant contribution to the environment, to the society, and to the customers that use it. So I came up with the idea from a visit to a hotel nightclub in Letterkenny, and I was supplying them in machines for reducing their cardboards and plastics. And I asked the customer, is there anything else within this facility that we could help you with or solve an issue? So he brought me at the back, he showed me this yard full of bottles. Everywhere we looked there was bottles. I said, that's a serious problem for us here. It's taking up a huge amount of space. It's costing us money to get rid of it. And yeah, if there's anything on that line, yes, it's something we're interested in. So I set about designing a product for reducing glass waste, and the genesis of the Jaws range of bottle crushers was born, and that idea grew into a business. So we currently manufacture a full range of machines. So we have a full range of bottle crushers. Our bottle crushers reduce the glass volume by 5 to 1. The glass is totally recyclable, so it can be infinitely recycled. It goes back into the bottle manufacturers, it's melted, and it can be redone all the time.
Recycling all the time?
Recycling all the time. So what that means is you're reducing the amount of trucks that are collecting this glass, you're reducing the amount of space required for the storage of this glass. If you take Dublin or London, the cost per square foot is huge. So the customers want people taking up that space rather than actual waste bins. So we're reducing that, and then for the manufacturer's point of view, their costs to produce new bottles is 40% less by using the glass cullet, which is the bit of glass that's broken that comes from our machines.
Oh, good.
So it's a win-win for everyone. Everyone gets a win.
That's very good. And is it just Ireland that you sell to?
No, we've developed, I suppose we sell our products in a few different channels. In Ireland we sell, and we also rent out our products. So for a customer in Ireland, they could have a bottle crusher from €25 per week. We also do a range of other products. So we do a range of machines for reducing general waste. So our machines for compacting general waste, which we call the Bigfoot range of products, reduces general waste by 3 to 1. So where customers have 1100 litre bins of general waste or recycling bins, our products puts 3 bins into 1. So we've also developed that then, and we're the first to market globally with a solar panel machine to do that. So we do that, we do bottle crushers, machines for general waste, and we do machines for cardboards and plastics. And again, we've developed that in solar as well.
Good.
So I suppose the forte behind our business is, one is innovation, coming up with new ideas. Where we see challenges or where we see issues within commercial premises, we will come up with solutions for reducing the waste. So we sell through Ireland, We have our own base and office in the UK market, so we sell directly to the customer there. We've also set up our own base in Ohio, in Cleveland. Again, we're dealing direct with the customer. Then in other countries like the Middle East, we have a distributor, so they distribute our products. France, we'd have a distributor. Finland, Holland, Australia, and a number of other countries as well.
So the world is your oyster.
The world is our oyster. Look at waste. The beauty of waste is, no matter where you go in the world, waste is waste.
Yeah.
So everyone's creating waste, especially where the population is high. The waste is, there's higher volumes of waste. So if there's higher volumes of waste, there's higher volumes of customers for PEL.
Good. And of course, you're based here in Brown Hall, midway between Bell and Mayo Abbey. Your home territory where you were born and reared.
Absolutely.
Tell us a little bit about your schooling and your early years.
Well, I suppose first of all, I'm privileged to be able to have a business in Mayo and to be able to actually live where I was born. I suppose initially I went to secondary school here in Ball. From there I went off when I studied mechanical engineering in Galway. After that I was looking for different areas of what I would do myself. So I approached McHale Engineering, which is another local company here which manufacture agricultural machinery, and initially I went into research and development with them, and then I went into sales and service in the UK market. Then I was lucky enough to be offered a position with another company in Galway where I was dealing with pharmaceutical companies and electronic companies. So at that stage it was always my own thing to be my own boss, to set up my own business, and they would have been, I suppose, the stepping stones to doing that.
Yeah, good.
So from there I looked for ideas. I looked at other businesses and see what was good in their businesses or whatever, and PEL was born.
Good. And I know you're very involved here because you're living here, and your wife Sue Ellen and your two beautiful children are here as well. And will you tell me what you do in your mentoring and involvement with local schools? And I know you're involved in the Ball Secondary School and in the local hall here in Ball as well. You might tell me a little bit about that.
Well, I suppose first of all, again, I suppose being lucky enough to be around home, and I suppose seeing all the people that had to leave Mayo, some because they wanted to leave or some because they didn't. It's great to try and give something back and try and generate something within the local community. I suppose a passion of mine will be dealing with schools and going around to national schools and secondary schools and just sharing my experience of why I do what I do, why I studied mechanical engineering. I just say to kids, whatever they love doing when they're in national school, whether it's sport or whatever their passion is, follow it and follow their passion and go at that. If you go into something that you don't love doing, your heart won't be in it, you won't enjoy it. Growing up on a farm here in Brown Hall, we learned to be able to do, if there was a problem or if there was a gate needed to be made or anything like that, you made it. You just went out and did it. There was no such thing as something that couldn't be done. So I suppose that was instilled in me from a young age by my father Patrick, to be a doer. Don't have excuses that it cannot be done. So when I went off to school and that was why I suppose I studied mechanical engineering, because I loved knowing how things worked, how to break things and put them back together, and that's what's led me to where I am today.
Yeah, well done. And what advice would you give to anybody starting off, particularly young people, the challenges they have today? But what would you say to them with regard to trying to set up their own business?
I suppose to start a business, well, first of all, there is PEL wouldn't be here either without the help of a lot of people and organisations.
And sorry, can I interrupt you for a second, Tom? Tell me what PEL means. Well, what does it stand for?
Right, initially when PEL was started, it was Paramount Equipment Limited. So PEL is actually abbreviation of that. I suppose again, when you're starting to build a brand or a company, you don't actually think fully at the very beginning of when this thing is across a machine. So PEL is the abbreviation of it. So we couldn't obviously put the full rigmarole across it, so it's abbreviated. And then what we've done as a marketing tool, I've put pet names on the machines. So Jaws, when I ring a customer now, we're doing market research, and I ring a customer and asked them if they bottle crusher. If they're a customer of ours, they'll say, "Oh, we have Baby Joe's." Right, so that means our brand is getting into their minds. Whereas if we were just selling a bottle crusher, they just say, "Oh, a bottle crusher," but it's not actually getting to them. So yes, we'd have a pet name on it. I suppose advice to anyone starting off is to follow your dream. When you have an idea, you need to have customers. There's no point in having a great idea and a great product if actually people don't want to buy it. So it's to have a good idea, a product that nearly everyone needs. The more people that require it, the better opportunities that are out there. And it's to have a go, follow your dream, don't be afraid to fail.
Well, look, this is our interview with Tommy Griffith of Pale, Brown Hall, Mayo Abbey, Mayo Man of the Year 2016. Congratulations.
Thank you very
Thanks
much.
very much, Tommy.
It's a pleasure.